Survival games are all the craze these days. Everyone and their mother wants to get in on it before an overabundance of subpar titles reduces the overall quality of the genre and sets in motion its downfall. But that seems like it's a long ways off still, with plenty of games slated for release over the next couple years. Population Zero is one such game, identifying itself as a survival crafting MMO inspired by classic sci-fi adventures. Now, I hadn't really heard much in the way of information pertaining to Population Zero recently until their announcement to make Founders Packs available on their website in anticipation of their upcoming closed beta this month. So with both their closed beta and the Founders Packs being announced, I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to do a video on the game, as I have yet to thus far. Population Zero is a survival MMO that takes place on an alien planet, having the player and both their allies and enemies attempting to conquer it. The planet is home to a variety of creatures that would love nothing more than to mount your head on their alien pikes, or to eat you, or maybe mount you then eat you after you've had time to dry. I don't know. I don't know what they're like. I haven't gotten in game yet to really find out. According to the team behind the game, the enemy AI are built around being clever and skillful. Each monster or monster type, I'm not really sure here since they didn't really elaborate, having their own unique behavior and abilities. Both the individual and collective behavior of the inhabitants of the world will be controlled by complex algorithms responsible for the interaction of all life forms of alien flora and fauna. So what this means in essence is that we're gonna have killer alien broccoli. That alone is reason enough for me to try this game out. Like most survival games, Population Zero is built around crafting. You craft your items, you build up your camp, and you wage war on your enemies. Yes, there is. One of the key selling points behind the game, and pretty much every single survival game in the history of the genre, is that you're thrown into the wilderness with nothing but a pair of rundown clothes on your back. You have to go out, you have to go forage, in an attempt to survive off of the land while fending off attacks from dangerous beasts and players. Because if another player sees you, you'd best bet that they're gonna come at you like a crazed midget with a shotgun, and if you die, they get all your stuff. All the things that you worked so hard for. But that does work both ways. If you're crafty enough, you'll be able to ambush enemies and obtain the advantage. Or, I don't know, you might be like me, thinking that you're really crafty when in reality, yeah, you're the exact opposite. You'll be able to group together with other hostile players though and form your own colonies and factions, which will be in a perpetual state of conflict with one another, vying for control of territories, resources, and technologies. You'll be able to attack other players, raid their bases, razing them to the ground, and gain control of their resource-rich land. Alternatively, you can also form alliances with other colonies and participate in large-scale faction wars. There is. See, you're essentially an intergalactic Indiana Jones. You're one of several hundred colonists that wake up on an alien planet. You wake up with absolutely nothing and are forced into exploring the wondrous world now at your fingertips while trying to search for traces of ancient civilizations. There are a large variety of items to craft, tons of things to build, and you need to work together to make any progress. There are dungeons for players to run together, large boss monsters to encounter and do battle with, you're capable of farming materials to upgrade your gear with, and there's a lot to it. It looks, I guess, to be a bit deeper than most survival games, and the fact that they plan on housing everyone on a single server really helps promote that whole MMO aspect of the game. Population Zero has been in alpha testing since early this year. I had only ever talked about it once, I think. That's because there has been a lot of radio silence from the developers, so much so that I wasn't even aware that the game was launching their closed beta this month until I read about it. So when I learned that they were also releasing Founders Packs, you can bet that I was surprised. See, I enjoy survival games. I love Ark, I'm currently playing Dying Light, and I've played Rust quite a bit as well. But they're just the survival games that I've played recently off the top of my head. Knowing that this is going to be a survival MMO is interesting. Having hundreds of other players or more all populating the same single server is going to be, well, I guess a handful. If you happen to come across me in game though, please don't murder me. I'm a pacifist. I promise that I won't murder you and steal your loot. But that's just my opinion, my first impression of the game. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Are you looking forward to eventually trying it out, or do you even want to? Let me know in the comments below and let's talk about it. Anyway guys, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!